Okie dokie. So, one thing I want to show first of all, where is it? This isn't it. Where is it? Here it is. Starting area. You may notice camera, 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 camera. That's scaling. Camera, camera. You may be wondering, why not make a flow track? And why have the hitboxes spread out like that? Hitboxes are spread because it's that are two different blueprints. Same with that, they're all different individuals, and they just go between a blend track. Why? I didn't want to learn how to do movement cameras. Here's the camera stuff. It's not labeled because I haven't labeled it yet, because this was all see if it works, test if it works, and then I gave up because it worked. I'll try my best to explain. This just gets reference to the third person character, and then there's a delay of 0.2 seconds. You could have a tick begin play event tick here that checks. Well, really, you shouldn't. You can't. You should have to have this here, but you would have an event on event begin tick. Set the other movement system to true, and then on fixed cam overlap, and stuff like that. Technically you could, but whatever. What that just does is it just means that when you're inside of the, because you're gonna spawn in, you're gonna start in some cases inside of the hitbox. That just makes it so that when you start, you're either in one or you're not. If you're in one, it forces the camera to overlap instead of whatever. But this specifically, again, event begin overlap checks to see if you're a player, and that those have to equal for it to be true. And when it is true, it says the other movement system. This is I'll talk about that in a second. I'll talk about it like loosely, just what it is right now. This is just a check. This is just a boolean to see if you are using, if you're in a fixed camera, and I'll go over what that does in a second. And then this is on fixed camera overlap. I just look inside of here. You got the node. You got blend camera. You got camera blend time. That's just, these are all so you can edit them. You get the player controller. That's the target, and then it sets the new view target to itself, which is the camera. Revolutionary. That does nothing anymore because I decided just to keep it simple. Yeah. So when it does that, it checks, and if it is that, it is bada bing, bada boom. You do that, and then it says camera fix. This is testing, so I knew when it was in it. On component event end overlap, you would assume that you would have it so it cuts the movements. You can kind of see here it's meant to do that, but I haven't. Oh, okay, Unreal Engine. I click one thing. I haven't. You would connect this to that if you wanted that to fully run. This is not doing at the moment because it's not equals. With this, and for good reason, what this would do is it would, in theory, set the movement system back, but it didn't. Set the camera view back, which is bad, and it broke. So and the reason why I'm not doing that is obviously, the gaps in between. If I had that, so when it left here, it set it to the normal camera. You'd be able to look around, specifically right here. You'd be able to look around in the 3D spot. which isn't good. So it just doesn't do that. So it will always stick to the camera kind of nearest where you are, dependent on the hitboxes. And yeah, which is why there's a camera in the floor, and this is just so I know where the camera is. All this does, looks a little bit complicated. All it does is, this doesn't have any issue. It is overlapping actor. Ding 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 ding. Whatever. This is kind of the same, but if you were to start in that, it would set it to that, and then yeah, same here. You go through here. You go through there. Setting it to nothing. Setting it to false, so it's not the other movement system effects, and then this is target is the play controller. New view target is the play character. It just works better. What else? That's basically the same, and it just sets it to that. And then this, I don't think I changed this bit. Yeah, I didn't. Cool. Okay. Now you may be kind of wondering, what did you do to change the movement systems and all that jazz? I'm gonna show you. There's two characters that means nothing. Even as the game modes and stuff, the stuff I was testing out, but I axed it because it's a lot more simpler. You've got fixed camera and then not fixed camera. I haven't done it for a controller because I use keyboard. Fixed move, not fixed moved. And fixed is just this. Big. It says tank here because I was gonna do tank controls, but like, no. You know, tank controls aren't what I want. I thought it was the name, but it's not. This is just ripped from the normal move. If I can get move, it's just the same thing, but it's changed a little bit, so it focuses more on the camera being in a specific place, and then it does that. And the aim for fixed is nothing, because you shouldn't be moving the camera. Technically, if you wanted to have that, you could then have it so that this camera here would be able to look here and here, but it wouldn't restrict it from looking backwards. You could set that. It's just easier. It's just easier the way I'm doing it. You know, it's easier to build a set this way. And all that. And, yeah. There's gonna be stuff here. Stuff everywhere. There's gonna be a thing you can talk to there, and... Whoa! And there's just stuff you can do. Yeah.